Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My friends, we live in a world where distractions, stress, and negativity are always knocking at our door. But today, I want to remind you of something powerful. You are not a victim of your environment. You are the creator of your reality. The moment you stop reacting to everything around you is the moment you take control of your life. If you want to experience true freedom, you must learn to act as if nothing bothers you, not by ignoring life, but by mastering your emotions, your energy, and your mind. Let me share with you 6 key principles to help you rise above external chaos and live in a state of inner power. Our minds are the architects of our reality. Every thought we think sends a signal to our brain, and our brain, in turn, sends signals to our body. The challenge is that most people are running on autopilot, unconsciously replaying the same thoughts day after day. If you wake up every morning thinking about your problems, reliving past failures, and anticipating stress, you are reinforcing a mental pattern that keeps you stuck in the same reality. Neuroscience has shown that the brain does not know the difference between an experience that is real and one that is vividly imagined. This means that if you continuously focus on thoughts of fear, doubt, and limitation, your body will respond as if those fears are actually happening, flooding you with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, these chemical imbalances become your new normal, wiring you into a state of anxiety, frustration, or sadness. Your mind becomes addicted to these emotions, and without realizing it, you start seeking out experiences that match your internal state. But the moment you become conscious of your thinking, you take the first step toward transformation. If your thoughts are truly creating your reality, then you must learn to master them. You must train yourself to think greater than your circumstances, to feel greater than your past, and to expect more from your future. This is not wishful thinking. It is a science-based approach to breaking free from the chains of past conditioning. When you begin to consciously shift your thoughts, your brain starts forming new neural pathways. Every time you replace a negative thought with an empowering one, you are literally rewiring your brain. Imagine you have been walking the same path in a field for years. Your old thoughts are that well-worn trail, but now you decide to forge a new path. At first, it feels unnatural, even uncomfortable, because your brain is so accustomed to the old way of thinking. But with repetition, the new path becomes clearer, stronger, and eventually the dominant one. This process requires awareness and discipline. You must observe your mind throughout the day and notice when old patterns try to creep back in. Do you catch yourself complaining? Do you automatically assume the worst? Do you let external situations dictate your emotions? These are all signs that your mind is still being run by past programming. The key is to interrupt the cycle. The moment you notice a disempowering thought, pause, take a deep breath, consciously choose a different thought, one that aligns with the person you want to become. Over time, as you practice thinking greater thoughts, your body will follow, your emotions will shift, your energy will rise, and you will begin to see the world differently. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will suddenly appear. Challenges that once triggered stress will no longer affect you in the same way. This is not magic. This is the science of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change itself. Now, think about the life you truly desire. Who would you be if you were free from self-doubt, fear, and limitations? What would your relationships, career, and health look like if you thought only from a place of abundance and possibility? The only thing standing between you and that reality is your current mental programming. And the good news is you have the power to change it. Every day, make a commitment to your future self. Speak to yourself with kindness. Visualize your ideal life as if it's already happening. Feel gratitude for the person you are becoming. The more you embody this new mental state, the faster your external world will shift to match it. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are the creator of your destiny. It all starts in the mind. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded with external stimuli, messages, emails, social media, the news, and the people around us. Each of these things has the potential to trigger a reaction within us. Someone cuts you off in traffic and frustration rises. A coworker says something critical and suddenly your mood shifts. You check your bank account and a wave of anxiety washes over you. Most people live their entire lives in reaction mode, allowing their emotions to be dictated by what is happening outside of them. But what if I told you that you could break free from this cycle, that you could step into a place of inner power where external circumstances no longer control your emotional state? Reactivity is a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. When you react emotionally to something, what's actually happening is that your body is responding to old neural pathways wired into your brain. You're not reacting to the event itself, you're reacting to what it means to you based on past experiences. If someone criticizes you and you immediately feel defensive, it's not just about their words, it's about the meaning you've assigned to criticism throughout your life. Maybe in the past, criticism made you feel inadequate, so now your body instantly triggers that same emotional response whenever you perceive judgment. The good news is that the brain is malleable, and you have the power to rewire it. The first step to breaking free from the habit of reacting is awareness. You must become conscious of your emotional triggers and recognize when you are slipping into reaction mode. The next time you feel yourself getting angry, anxious, or frustrated, pause. Instead of immediately responding, take a deep breath and observe what's happening inside of you. What thoughts are running through your mind? What emotions are you feeling? Where do you feel tension in your body? This simple act of awareness interrupts the automatic cycle and gives you a moment of choice. Once you have created that space, the next step is to shift your perception. Ask yourself, is this reaction serving me? Is this worth my energy? What would my highest self do in this moment? When you stop and reflect before reacting, you allow your rational mind to take control instead of letting old emotional patterns dictate your response. This is where true power lies, not in controlling what happens around you, but in mastering your inner world. Another key strategy is learning to regulate your nervous system. Many people are in a constant state of fight or flight, their bodies flooded with stress hormones. When you live in this state, even small inconveniences feel like major threats, and your reactions become automatic and exaggerated. Meditation, breath work, and mindfulness are powerful tools that help train your nervous system to remain calm and centered. The more you practice these techniques, the more resilient you become. Over time, you'll notice that situations that used to trigger you no longer have the same effect. You'll remain composed in situations where others lose control. Equally important is shifting from a mindset of survival to one of creation. When you are reactive, you are simply responding to life. But when you are proactive, you are shaping your reality. Instead of waking up and immediately checking your phone or worrying about the day ahead, set an intention. Decide in advance how you want to feel, how you want to respond to challenges, and what kind of energy you want to bring into the day. The more you focus on who you want to be, the less you will allow external events to dictate your state of being. Breaking free from reactivity doesn't mean becoming numb or indifferent. It means becoming so grounded in your own energy that nothing can shake you. It means choosing peace over drama, calm over chaos, and wisdom over impulse. The more you practice, the more you will notice a shift. You will no longer be a puppet pulled by the strings of external events. You will stand in your power, unshaken, unbothered, and fully in control of your reality. Energy is everything. It is the invisible force that shapes your experiences, determines your state of being, and attracts the circumstances of your life. What most people don't realize is that their emotional state is not just a fleeting feeling, it is energy in motion. Every emotion you experience carries a frequency, and that frequency either elevates you or keeps you stuck. The key to transformation is learning how to raise your energy intentionally so that you can create a new reality. Think about the moments in your life when you felt truly joyful, inspired, or deeply in love. What did your body feel like? Light, expansive, full of possibility. Now think about a time when you felt trapped in anger, frustration, or sadness. How did that feel? Heavy, constricted, draining. That difference is not just psychological, it is energetic. You, you, your emotions are a form of energy. And when you remain stuck in lower emotional states like fear, stress, or resentment, you are vibrating at a lower frequency. The longer you stay there, the more you attract experiences that match that energy. The science of energy and emotions is real. When you feel gratitude, joy, and love, your body produces high frequency chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, which promote healing and well being. But when you live in stress, anger, or worry, your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline, keeping you in survival mode. If you are always in a survival state, you can never expand beyond your current reality. You are too busy reacting to the world instead of creating a new one. So, how do you raise your energy? The first step is becoming aware of what drains it. Pay attention to your daily habits, your thoughts, and your environment. What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of conversations do you engage in? Are you surrounded by people who uplift you, or do they constantly pull you into negativity? Awareness is the first step to transformation because you cannot change what you are unaware of. Once you identify what lowers your energy, start making shifts. One of the most powerful ways to elevate your frequency is through gratitude. Gratitude is a high vibrational emotion that instantly shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you wake up in the morning, instead of immediately thinking about your problems, take a few moments to feel gratitude for being alive, for the air you breathe, for the opportunities in front of you. The more you practice gratitude, the more you rewire your brain to see the good in your life. Another key practice is movement. Emotion is literally energy in motion, which means that physical movement can help shift your emotional state. If you ever feel stuck in a low energy state, go for a walk, dance, do yoga, or engage in any activity that gets your body moving. Movement releases stagnant energy and allows new energy to flow through you. Breathwork and meditation are also powerful tools for raising your energy. When you take slow, deep breaths, you send a signal to your nervous system that you are safe, shifting you out of survival mode. Meditation, especially when combined with visualization, helps you embody a new state of being. Instead of waiting for an external event to make you feel joyful or peaceful, you generate that feeling from within. And when you consistently do this, you start attracting experiences that match that elevated state. Your energy is your responsibility. Every time you choose to shift from a low vibrational state to a higher one, you take back control of your life. Master your inner state through meditation. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and stress, mastering your inner state is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Most people live their lives reacting to their external environment, allowing circumstances, people, and past experiences to dictate how they feel. But what if you could cultivate a deep sense of peace, clarity, and emotional resilience that nothing outside of you could shake? That is exactly what meditation allows you to do. It is not just about relaxation, it is about taking full control of your inner world so that you become the master of your emotions, your thoughts, and ultimately, meditation is the practice of training your mind to focus, become still, and enter a state of heightened awareness. It allows you to step beyond the endless stream of thoughts that often pull you into stress, worry, and fear. Through meditation, you learn to observe your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. When you are no longer a prisoner of your mind, you become free to create a new reality. Why meditation is the key to mastering your inner state. Your brain is a highly adaptable organ. The more you think a certain way, the stronger those neural pathways become. If you have spent years living in stress, frustration, or fear, your brain is wired to default to those states. But meditation allows you to break free from old emotional patterns and rewire your brain for peace, joy, and clarity. Studies in neuroscience have shown that regular meditation increases gray matter in areas of the brain associated with emotional regulation, focus, and self-awareness. It also reduces activity in the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for stress and fear. This means that the more you meditate, the more control you have over your reactions, emotions, and mental state. Instead of being thrown off balance by external events, you develop an inner stability that allows you to remain calm no matter what is happening around you. How meditation transforms your energy. Every emotion you feel is linked to a specific energy frequency. Low frequency emotions like fear, anger, and frustration keep you stuck in survival mode, draining your energy. High frequency emotions like love, gratitude, and joy elevate your state of being, allowing you to attract more positive experiences into your life. Meditation is one of the fastest ways to shift your energy because it helps you disconnect from old emotional patterns and tune into higher states of consciousness. Through meditation, you can intentionally generate elevated emotions. When you sit in stillness and focus on feelings of love, peace, or gratitude, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which uplift your mood and shift your energy field. Over time, as you consistently practice these elevated emotions, they become your new baseline, and your external reality begins to reflect this internal transformation. Able the practical steps to master your inner state through meditation. If you are new to meditation, the key is consistency. Even a few minutes a day can create profound changes in your mind and body. Here's how to get started. One, find a quiet space. Choose a place where you won't be disturbed. It doesn't have to be completely silent, but it should be a space where you feel comfortable and at peace. Two, focus on your breath. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly. This simple practice signals to your nervous system that you are safe and allows your body to relax. Three, don't observe your thoughts. Your mind will wander, and that's okay. Instead of resisting thoughts, observe them like clouds passing in the sky. Recognize that you are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. Four, generate elevated emotions. Shift your focus to a feeling of gratitude, love, or joy. You can recall a happy memory or visualize something that brings you peace. The key is to embody that emotion fully as if it is happening now. Five, visualize your ideal self. Imagine yourself as the person you want to become, calm, confident, and unshakable. Feel what it's like to already be that version of yourself. The more you practice this, the more your subconscious mind will accept it as your new reality. Six, most important, daily practice. Meditation is most effective when done consistently. Even 10-15 minutes a day can create a profound shift in your state of being. Over time, you will notice that you no longer react to stress in the same way and that you feel more in control of your emotions and thoughts. The ultimate transformation, becoming the master of your inner world. When you make meditation a daily practice, you stop being controlled by the chaos of the outside world. You become deeply rooted in your own energy, no longer swayed by stress, negativity, or other people's opinions. You cultivate an unshakable peace that no external circumstance can take away from you. This is the ultimate freedom, the ability to remain centered, joyful, and in control of your own state of being, no matter what happens around you. When you master your inner state, you master your life. Let go of the need for control. Most people spend their lives trying to control everything around them, their circumstances, other people's actions, the future, and even the past. This need for control comes from a place of fear, from the subconscious belief that if we don't control things, something bad might happen. But in reality, the more we try to control, the more we suffer. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much effort we put into managing every detail, unexpected events will always arise. The key to inner peace is learning to let go of the need for control and instead embrace trust, surrender, and flow. The illusion of control is one of the biggest sources of stress. We try to control how people perceive us, how situations unfold, and how the future plays out, but in doing so, we create unnecessary resistance. This resistance blocks us from fully experiencing the present moment. When we cling to the idea that things must go a certain way, we become rigid, anxious, and frustrated when reality doesn't align with our expectations. True freedom comes from understanding that we can influence our lives, but we cannot force outcomes. Why we seek control? The need for control often stems from a deep-seated fear of the unknown. The mind craves certainty because it associates unpredictability with danger. From an evolutionary perspective, our brains were wired to seek stability in order to survive. However, in today's world, this tendency can keep us stuck in a cycle of stress and worry. When we try to control everything, we are constantly living in a state of tension, afraid of what might happen if we loosen our grip. Another reason we seek control is because of past experiences. If we have been hurt, disappointed, or betrayed in the past, we may develop the belief that controlling our environment will protect us from future pain. But this is an illusion. Life is always moving, changing, and evolving. No matter how much effort we put into controlling everything, we cannot prevent challenges from arising. Instead of resisting change, we must learn to trust the process and adapt with an open heart. The power of letting go. Letting go of control does not mean giving up or becoming passive. It means shifting from a state of fear to a state of trust. It means understanding that while you cannot control everything, you can control your mindset, your reactions, and the energy you bring into each moment. When you let go, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and allow life to unfold in ways that are often better than what you originally planned. Surrendering to life's flow does not mean you stop setting goals or making plans. It means you remain flexible and open. When things don't go as expected, instead of feeling frustrated, you adapt. Instead of forcing things to happen, you align yourself with the natural rhythm of life. How to let go of the need for control. 1. Shift from fear to trust. Instead of fearing uncertainty, learn to embrace it. Recognize that life has a natural intelligence that is always guiding you. The moments that seem like setbacks are often redirections leading you to something greater. 2. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay present instead of worrying about the future. When you focus on the now, you realize that most of your worries are imagined. Take a deep breath, observe your surroundings, and remind yourself that you are safe in this moment. Three expectations. Expectations create suffering. When you expect people to behave a certain way or situations to unfold in a specific manner, you set yourself up for disappointment. Instead, approach life with curiosity and allow things to happen as they are meant to. 4. Surrender through meditation. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for letting go. When you meditate, you practice detaching from your thoughts and surrendering to the present moment. With time, this practice helps you release the grip of control and trust the flow of life. 5. Let go of attachment to outcomes. The more attached you are to a specific outcome, the more suffering you create for yourself. Instead of focusing on how things should be, focus on how you want to feel. If your goal is to feel joy, peace, and fulfillment, trust that life will bring you the experiences needed to align with that state. 6. Adopt a growth mindset. See every situation, especially the ones you cannot control, as an opportunity for growth. Instead of resisting change, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? When you shift your perspective, challenges become stepping stones rather than obstacles. The freedom of letting go. When you stop trying to control everything, a profound sense of peace takes over. You no longer feel the need to manipulate circumstances or force things to happen. Instead, you learn to trust the process, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Letting go does not mean you lose power. In fact, it is the ultimate form of empowerment. When you let go, you align yourself with the natural flow of life, and life begins to work with you instead of against you. You become more present, more joyful, and more at peace, no matter what is happening around you. The moment you release control is the moment you step into true freedom. Embody the new you, live as if you are already unshakable. Transformation does not happen by merely wishing for a new reality. It happens when you fully embody the person you want to become. If you want to be confident, peaceful, and unshakable, you must start living as if you already are. This is not about pretending or faking it. It is about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your future self until it becomes your natural state of being. Most people wait for external circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel different. They say, once I have more money, I'll feel abundant. Or once I find the right relationship, I'll feel loved. But this is the wrong approach. If you keep waiting for something outside of you to shift before you change how you feel, you will always be dependent on external conditions. The truth is, your external world is a reflection of your internal state. If you want to create a new reality, you must first become the person who already lives in that reality. Your reality shapes your reality. Your subconscious mind is programmed to maintain your current identity. If you see yourself as anxious, doubtful, or reactive, your brain will continue to reinforce those patterns. However, when you shift your identity, when you start to see yourself as confident, resilient, and at peace, your mind will begin to seek experiences that align with this new self-concept. Imagine your future self. How does this version of you walk, talk, and think? How do they handle challenges? How do they respond to stress? When you start to act, think, and feel as if you are already that person, your brain begins to rewire itself. This is not wishful thinking. This is how real change happens. Step into the energy of your future self. One of the most powerful ways to shift your identity is to practice stepping into the energy of your future self every single day. Here's how. 1. Visualize your ideal self. Every morning, take a few minutes to close your eyes and see yourself as the person you want to become. Imagine how you move, how you speak, and how you show up in the world. Feel the confidence, the calmness, and the strength radiating from you. 2. Act as if. Throughout your day, make decisions as if you are already the new version of yourself. Ask yourself, what would my highest self do in this situation? Would they react with fear or would they respond with wisdom? Would they shrink in doubt or would they step forward with confidence? When you start embodying these qualities, they become second nature. 3. Master your emotional state. Your emotions are the energy that fuels your reality. If you constantly feel stressed, fearful, or insecure, you are reinforcing the old self. But if you cultivate elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and confidence, you are reinforcing the new self. Even when challenges arise, train yourself to remain in a high vibrational state. 4. Divulge your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I always get anxious in these situations, you are programming your brain to believe it. Instead, affirm new beliefs. I am calm and in control. I trust myself completely. I am confident and unshakable. The more you repeat these statements, the more they become your reality. 5. Surround yourself with the right energy. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your identity. If you surround yourself with negativity, drama, and doubt, it will be difficult to maintain your new state of being. Choose to be around people who inspire you, consume content that uplifts you, and engage in activities that align with your new identity. The power of consistency. Becoming unshakable is not a one-time decision, it is a daily practice. Every time you choose to embody your new self, you reinforce new neural pathways in your brain. Over time, what once felt unnatural will become effortless. The doubts, fears, and insecurities that used to hold you back will fade, replaced by a deep sense of certainty and inner power. Think of it like training a muscle. At first, it feels difficult. You may slip back into old patterns, but with daily effort, the new you becomes automatic. You no longer have to think about being confident. You simply are. You no longer have to remind yourself to stay calm. You naturally remain centered. The transformation is already happening. If you have made the decision to embody the new you, then transformation is already in motion. Every time you step into the energy of your highest self, you are creating a new future. And the more you live in this elevated state, the more your external reality will begin to reflect it. You don't have to wait for circumstances to change. You don't have to wait for permission. You can start right now by choosing to embody the strongest, calmest, and most powerful version of yourself. The question is not, when will I become unshakable? The question is, how would I show up today if I already was? Live as if you are already there, and soon you will be.